Welcome back to the Ravens Today show. Please make sure to hit that subscribe button and like the video as we are heading closer and closer to draft night. My favorite time of the year during the off season. As you know, we get to pick the next big thing on the Ravens. Let's dive into the latest news and rumors that I've been hearing as we get closer and closer to the date. First and foremost, Mark Andrews has been considered for a trade with the Giants. The Giants would swap their day 3 picks for Mark Andrews. Okay, I consider it because that's a lot of picks for Mark Andrews. I mean, that you're talking about, around 5, 6, 7 picks. And the Giants are not in the AFC. They're in the NFC. It would keep Ravens AFC contenders away from, it would keep them from having a very star tight end in Mark Andrews. So I think that this would be a considerable trade for the Ravens to make. Again, Giants have the emptiest tight end room in the NFL. They are in rebuild. So, giving Mark Andrews over to the Giants for an exchange for a package of picks, I consider it. I think Eric DeCosta would consider it, and we aren't exactly at a big loss if this is to happen on draft night. We have Isaiah Likely still in the picture, and he could definitely fill in that role that Mark Andrews would leave behind. And Mark Andrews, since he is in his final contract year, his cap hit would be $16.9 million, which to me, on the cap limit for us, it would just be kind of choking us a little bit here. So by trading that, we would avoid that big cap hit. So I guess we'll have to wait and see come draft night if the Ravens and the Giants do decide to go with this trade. Again, I'm kind of for it because it keeps any AFC contender from acquiring Andrews, and he's in the NFC, competing in the NFC, and we probably wouldn't see him as much because, again, NFC. I guess we'll have to wait and see come draft night. Moving on, we have some more news breaking out of the woodworks is that Ardarius Washington did not get an offer from any other team in regards to his restricted free agency tenure. So now he just signed, as of this video, a 1 year, $3.3 million deal with the Ravens for his tenure. And I'm all for it. I think that the Ravens would have matched any deal because Ardarius Washington is a very underrated player. When he moved to that safety position next to Kyle Hamilton in week 8 of the 2024-2025 season, the Ravens went from last in pass defense to the top 3. That includes takeaways, passing yards allowed, and passing touchdowns allowed. This move by the Ravens in week 8 was fantastic considering that we were just down in the dumps when it came to passing. Like, people were getting picked on left and right. We needed someone else back there, and Marcus Williams and Eddie Jackson were not the it guys to do it. So then we just decided to take that gamble to move Ardarius Washington from the DB position to the safety position, and our defense just soared. It was like top 3 defense in the NFL after that, and I wanted to keep Ardarius Washington for another year or so, and now we get it. I think this was fantastic, and I also think this addresses that questionable safety position now in the draft. I mean, we still need depth there, but again, that could be addressed in the free agency and in the draft. But that first round pick for me, like with all these sources and media personnel and fans looking for Malachi starts in the first round, I think this kind of addresses it because now that Ardarius Washington is coming back again, if we do pick Starks, I would not be sad with it. But I think that we should address the pass rushers and the the D line, the edges, all these guys. I want that to be addressed first before we go to another position, and the corners, by the way. So, but again, I wouldn't be upset if Starks is chosen as the first round pick, but I think this kind of addresses that safety position. If we pick Starks to be more like a all around player on defense, whether he's the fifth man blitzing, the a corner, or it switches between himself and Washington for safety, again, wouldn't be mad with the pick, but this to me kind of addresses that a little bit. Speaking of picks, one last one mock draft for you has the Ravens picking an offensive guard as their first round pick, which isn't unheard of, but it's uncommon. You know, the last time the Ravens picked a guard in the first round was, or rather, an offensive tackle in the first round was Ronnie Stanley. Um, so again, it is a position the Ravens desperately need to address because the guard position has been very inconsistent the last few years, and the only good offensive tackles that the Ravens have produced have been Stanley, who was injured for a couple of years and now is back to his full form, and we just re-signed him to a 3-year deal. Then we have center Tyler Linderbaum and right tackle Roger Rosengard. Those are the only players that have been consistent in terms of how well the line has been. And the guard positions, the right guard and the left guard, have not been consistent in managing to open up holes for Derek. Well, now for Derrick Henry, for Lamar Jackson, for any of the running backs on the Ravens, and being able to protect Lamar for as long as possible when he's throwing the ball. So one sources, last ditch effort for a guard in the first round have the Ravens picking Tyler Booker, guard for Alabama. He is the top guard in the draft if he falls to the Ravens. He is again top guard in the draft. He would fill that left guard position. He is a great pass and run blocker. And he played under two different offensive schemes at Alabama because after Nick Saban retired, Alabama kind of had to, shift gears a little bit. So that it wouldn't be a bad pick for me in terms of having Booker as a guard, but I wouldn't pick him as a first round rounder. I would pick a defensive player, D-line, edge player, or linebacker player for that first pick. If Booker does fall in the second or third round, I would kind of go there for him. But I don't know if that's going to happen. He is a very talented guard and the best guard in the draft. I could see him going in the first round somewhere around that, 20 and 20 through 32 area. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. I think that the Ravens will invest more in guard position in the third and fourth round. Also, moving on, I also heard an interesting take in the woodworks about Odafe Owe as an expendable leading into this draft. That's a weird take to me because Odafe Owe has had struggles, but he did set a career high in sacks last season, in double-digit career in sacks, and was the second most sacks on the Ravens behind Kyle Van Noy. Kyle Van Noy had 12.5. Owe had 10. So, I mean, I don't get the point in this. I get Odafe Owe hasn't been very consistent with his play, but he's shown up. He's been like we've seen sparks of his greatness. I just think some more development time could definitely we could definitely see something out of him, and we've seen it out of him already. Like he's just gradually gotten better over a period of time. I don't know like why like we would trade a player like that that's still young and still, can still develop well. I don't think the Ravens are going to go this route and trade Owe for someone else in the draft, or like put him out to the curb and then bring in a new guy in the edge position. I think that the Ravens need to address the edge position, but this kind of just like takes it away. Odafe Owe, if he doesn't do well, if he hasn't done well the last couple of years, he would be deemed expendable. But he has gradually gotten better over the course of his career on the Ravens since we drafted him, and I hate this take, And deeming a player that has gradually gotten better expendable is just mind-boggling to me. Okay, Adolfo is a great player. We've seen sparks of greatness in him, and we've definitely seen him gradually get better as a Raven. But I don't think this is going. This expendable thing is not going to happen. It's just like I don't think the Ravens are going to shock the world and trade Adolfo away on draft night, or right before. It's just I don't think the Ravens are going to do it. Okay. If you like the video, please like the video, subscribe, comment down below if you disagree with any of the takes that I have. I'm your host, Connor Gioffreda. Thank you for tuning into the Ravens Today show. I will catch you all later.